Alright, this will be our first version of being able to learn how to play guitar. We're going to start with a few songs with the basic chords, and typically what people, as they go through and they start learning, they don't understand that 95% of all songs use a base set of chords. So whether you're playing as an instrumentalist to go ahead and be a solo artist, or you're trying to just simply get a rhythm guitar set up, then this is really for a rhythm guitar type of learning, but it applies to so many different things, because when you know the basic chords, you can also apply them to like the ukulele and mandolin and whatnot. So we're going to start today with a song called, it's actually one of my favorite songs. It's called Let Her Cry by Hootie and the Blowfish, and it's a simple song, and the reason I picked it specifically is because it uses a core set of chords. And so if you look, and a lot of the stuff online, here's the problem, is they'll want to show you like an instructional video, and then they never really go through everything, but instead what they end up doing is then they want to charge you for the website. Well, we don't care about any of that crap, because if you really are an artist, we want to be able to play. So now, not that I'm not going to butcher the song, because I'm not necessarily a vocalist, but I'm going to at least show you the basics, and you'll be able to play this on any guitar at any time. And I'll probably do this over the next 50 days, and I'll keep posting them to YouTube so everybody can, kind of get an idea of how to start using these chords according to each song. And I'll start also going through some things like finger picking, as you'll see here, which I'm playing a classical guitar. And I tend to like them, but I can use the same kind of thing with any kind of guitar out there. But right now we're going to be going through just what a classical guitar is, and I'm going to be playing the songs first. So understand the first chord that we're going to be going through, it's called G. And if you look carefully at my fingers, it's on these frets. Each one is called a fret. The first one is where basically you're picking with your ring finger the bottom chord, which is in this case, which is actually a D, and you're picking the top two chords. Now, a lot of the songs that I've seen, or a lot of the stuff that's online, tends to they want to do tabs, and so whatever's easier for you. I've actually learned more from doing it by the chords, so now I can play a lot of songs. So the first one is G. The second one is what's called D. And if you look, it's the second fret, and I've got my index finger, my middle finger, and then again my ring finger as my chord selection. And these two are on the second fret, and my ring finger's on the third fret. It seemed to work really easy for me to pick it up. And then one of the nice things about this song is there's only 5 chords, and so one of the next ones that's a base of everything that we're going to learn over the next 50 days is C. And that's where you put your index finger on the first fret on the second string, and then your middle finger and your ring finger on the second and third fret, and on the second or third string down, and the second string from the top. So that's C. So just to give you an idea of how the song will sound as we go through it, here's how it goes. So then it goes back to C, then it goes back to G. She sits alone by the lamppost, trying to find a thought that escapes her mind. Now, not everybody can sing, and not everybody can admit that they can't sing, and I can. But what my goal is really to show you basically that when I sing, although I can't sing well, even if I was to hum it, I can maintain a rhythm for my strumming. Now, for my strumming, I'm using my thumb. There are other people that like to use their actual index finger. There are people that use a pick, obviously. And then, of course, you know, there are those that... and then they start going really fast. Well, today we're just going to use the thumb. Alright, so basically the way the song repeats, and you can find this on, and I've actually found it a very useful resource online, it's called Ultimate Guitar, and they do all sorts of songs. All you have to do is Google any song you want and put chords, and they come up. So if you have a really, you know, specific preference of a type of genre and whatnot, and over the next 50 days you'll see like everything from rock and roll to anything from modern music to classical music. Everything will be accessible through that site. So it's a really good resource. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through the first part, and then we'll stop the video. You can look it up and practice it, and then from there, if you have any questions, you know, you can email me at jmoore@tgeinnovations.com, INNOVATIONS.com, and I'll help you through it if you need it. So, and again, like I said, you know, I don't claim to be like the best player in the world, but there's a lot of little tricks I've learned, and I've been able to teach a lot of people. Everything from 9-year-olds and people that have never played any instrument and all of a sudden been able to pick up a sax or a ukulele, including my wife. So, you know, it's very intriguing. They're just little tricks. Alright, here we go. I usually like to do an intro to get myself warmed up. She sits alone by the lamppost, trying to find a thought that escaped her mind. She says there's the one I love the most, and his path's not far behind. She never lets me in, only tells me where she's been when she's had too much to drink. I say that I don't care, and I just run my fingers through her dark hair. So I pray to God, you gotta help me fly away and let her cry. If the tears fall down like rain, let her sing. If it eases all her pain, and let her go. Let her walk right out on me. If the sun comes up tomorrow, let her be. Oh, let her be. Now you notice there was a couple switches in the chorus, and in a lot of cases it's typically the same chords. You know, they follow a very simple like 4-chord methodology, but in this case what they do on the second actual line of the chorus, what they do is they go from a C, which you already know, better sing, and then it goes, if it eases all their pain. And what's very important about these two chords is like they're in everything. So this is called an E minor, and it's basically your index finger and your middle finger on these top and the second fret on the top, the second and third string down. And then it's a pretty quick switch, but you can kind of get the rhythm of it. Like, that's why I sing with it, not because I can, but more so I can get a feel of when to do the switch. So like, let her sing, if it eases all her pain. See how it kind of goes? Then it goes into this chord, which is D again. And D you've already learned, because that's part of the first chords. D, C, G. And so it's fairly simple once you start getting those chords down. And so I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. And again, if you have any questions, please email me. I'm going to keep posting these over the next 50 days. And, who cares about money? If you want to play, you want to play. If you can sing, sing. But I use simply that for a rhythm. Sometimes I play the keyboard, so you'll see I'm going to throw in a couple of things that deal with actually having like a drum rhythm in the background, so it can help keep a tempo on some songs. And maybe this will help those that are out there trying to actually learn how to play these instruments that think that they can't because they look so complicated, but they're really not. So I will talk to you in part 2. Thank you.